Yeah, for sure.
How look?
It looks good.
We in there.
If it's the narrative of
Where?
that's funny.
We in there like swimwear.
Only
Yeah.
yeah.
You're good to go.
That's kind of like chicks like Shirley and Haley kind of.
We get 1 minute.
Well, he's extra careful, extra cautious.
Yeah.
Extra cautious.
That's not a good feeling, dude.
It's not. It's just one of those feelings you be like, damn, I want to fucking drink.
All right. So we are.
Yo, see how you move through this?
Let me pin this.
Oh, nigga, this is like second nature.
Word, like,
Let me go to the chat.
that's like the niggas that get the butcher shop when they slice using the slicer. I'm like, how the
Break
fuck you
their
don't,
hand.
like, how the fuck you don't cut your hand on that shit? Like,
And you-
We've been doing this for years.
years, like,
Shot my whole finger off 10 times.
Boy. I'm mad as well, because every time Scorpio season come in, that shit go out like this.
With Sagittarius season now.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Like,
I'm feeling good about that.
How come I can't
so
pin?
your birthday.
The 19th.
How come I can't write a comment in here now? I don't know.
End of that shit, weird.
Yeah, we saw it, bro.
Yeah.
Purpose of the whole season.
Yo, so a white dude, he cut somebody down on 86th Street. Moms turned him in. Said, yo, he got mental health problems.
The Spanish dude that
He ain't Spanish, he Russian.
right?
European.
You talking about the nigga with the beard that just killed the 3 people? He European?
No!
Nah, some nigga on the train or somebody that just cut 3 people, you know?
No, you ain't read about this? When
That's
the
somebody
kid,
different.
when the kid got out his Subaru and cut the motherfucker across his head.
Nah.
Oh,
Shit
I
happened
know.
yesterday, his moms
Train.
turned him in.
I've seen the homeless dude that was on the east side
On the
downtown.
train.
No, not that
Train
one.
station, right?
This one here was on the west side.
On the west side?
86th Street.
Be on that though.
Well, his moms turned him in,
That's right.
right? And because he's white, they claim that mental health shit serious.
The dude that was downtown, they said, yo, his rap sheet long, but like, this nigga had health issues, mental health issues too.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my problem with all that is, at what point in time y'all gonna start going at these motherfucking mental health agencies?
For letting people out, yeah. They should be held. The same way you can hold the parent responsible for a school shooting, you gotta hold them accountable for that.
Because y'all get, it's so much money they get, right? And I'm saying to myself, like, all the money y'all get, y'all ain't know what y'all supposed to be doing.
Yeah, cause how you let that dude in the street? Like, dude killed 3 people? Like, that's crazy. And he went on a fucking spree. It's not like he was on like just one, like he was moving around, just stabbing
You know
motherfuckers.
what you look like? You ever see that motherfucker be shooting basketball on West 4th Street?
Oh yeah. He looked,
Killing
That's
me.
what I thought it was.
that was nah.
That nigga went from jump shots to motherfucking stabs.
Yeah, why don't y'all start up since it's live and I'm gonna figure out how to pin the comment.
Oh, it's going right now.
It's on right
Yeah,
now.
that's live.
I see it.
But we still need you because you're mic'd up and everything.
It's just us two. I see it on live now.
I feel like for now, like, I'm not sure. I would just say just jump into the interview. Maybe you could like shout it out during it because
Let me see.
I just don't know how to pin the comment.
It
That's it.
says new, says new.
Harlem Talks, episode 2, right?
Wait, hold on. Harlem Talks episode 2, yeah.
Watch the most live NFL games all season long on Variety Networks
Put a
and
like on this, boy. Y'all niggas up with it. Put a like on it.
Yo, we in.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay. Fuck it. Fuck pinning the comment today.
Look, and they got the motherfucking, what's in it? They got the delay.
Yeah.
Probably about the second 19.
All right. Harlem Talks.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready. Episode 2.
So you know
it's rolling.
Is episode 3?
Episode 2.
Right.
Episode 3.
This is episode 2 or 3?
It's 3.
No, it's just 3.
Yeah, it's 3.
I'm
It's
sorry.
like 4.
Nah, it's 3.
3?
Yeah, we shot the one last week. This is 3. Alright.
We did a practice round. So, yo, we're here. We're all good.
Hold on, so
Who am I here with today?
Alpheus Markets.
I mean, man.
Yo, what's good? P, you already know what it is, man. Uncle Harlem, nigga. Salute everything Harlem, nigga. Friendly neighborhood Harlem.
oh shit.
I'm Uncle Harlem.
Mental Vibes, Perez, aka Chief Allegations Poppy, aka Get Fit Poppy, aka Future Penthouse Poppy. You out here?
There we go. They call me Young Cogsville, you know, putting it down here. It's so hard.
You like a nickname, bro.
Young Cogsville. I got some nicknames.
Young Cogsville. Like,
That's it.
The young part,
That's it.
the young part is a nickname.
My dad is 87 years old too.
yeah, you get that same word.
You know, so I gotta respect, you know.
Nah, we still like to give you a nickname. Bro.
Yeah.
So look, real quick, right before we get started with the motherfucking episode, salute everybody on 21 Jump Street, that's 121st and South, Crime Square, 142nd and Lennox. Salute to the niggas over there, man. Smooth all them niggas out there, Cav, y'all see all y'all niggas, man. Salute.
Yeah, you just said Crime Square. That's that.
142nd and Lennox.
Yeah.
Fucking Times Square, you know what it is.
Yo,
That's
that's funny.
It's real shit, I own them.
Nah, it is. But that's funny. Yo, Crime Square.
Rest in peace to Fat Man, you know.
It's a fact.
Yeah, that's one block I don't want to be on. We on Crime
I got
Square.
family.
I love it. That's one block I do not want to be on.
100 blocks away from Times Square, nigga.
Speaking of crime, were you saying today that Puff might get out?
Well, they was talking about giving a nigga bail, but I think they postponed it maybe to Monday. The judge is entertaining the conversation right now.
Okay.
He's really pushing this Thanksgiving. I'm trying to see the family.
Yeah, that's basically.
I ain't gonna lie, jail. I've never been to jail. Now this is real wood. Knock on wood. I never want to be in jail.
Not at all.
But Thanksgiving in jail is our eyes. Like
Nigga,
that's
making turkey sandwiches.
a peanut butter and jelly sandwich with chocolate milk and jail. It's terrible. That's terrible.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Sucks.
That's terrible. Nah,
But shout out to everybody on Rikers Island. You know what I'm saying?
Can't forget our niggas out there, bitch.
they can give him a meal, bro.
Hopefully, you know what I'm saying? that You get around your case, you know, and think about some of the shit you did. That way you don't, you know, put yourself in that position.
Like one time when you throw them a meal, bro. Like nah, bro. Like nah, bro. Yo, the Salisbury steak, like the out the freezer for Thanksgiving is crazy.
It's crazy, bitch.
So, we talking about crime, right?
Yeah.
We seen in the news where you had individual with mental health commit these acts. We had one guy that did 3 stabbings, 3 murders, right? Then we had another guy, young kid, 25, right? European, stabbed another European, cut his ear off, his mom's turned him in. Everybody talking about this mental health thing,
Yeah.
right? Some have been through the system, some have been off their meds. What do you think needs to happen with some of these elected officials when it comes down to mental health? Because like it seems like it's an ongoing thing. Even when we walk the streets, we see it.
Yeah, I think one, it has to, well, in general, they have to be more innovative with the school curriculums. And I think they have to include some type of therapy, you know, some care for these kids, you know. I think that's where it starts, because if you let that kind of keep compounding as someone gets older, then eventually it's just like putting a Band-Aid on an ACL tear, you know.
Yeah.
So there has to be some more, I think, attention in the schools. That's my personal
That was
opinion.
a bar. ACL, a Band-Aid on the ACL tear.
That's true, you know, because it gets worse as a person goes through more trauma and, you know, more issues through life, you know, and eventually they're just like, they're done. They're mentally tapped
To
out.
the point where you just like medicating them and just say, oh, make them more complacent instead of just like fix it. Like,
But I think they prefer that because there's money involved, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
There's no money in the actual cure or making shit right. The money's in the comeback.
See, and that's the thing. It's always about money. Like, I remember having one of the deputy commissioners of NYPD walk through Harlem. That way you could see what it is we go through.
Yeah.
You know, I took him to 125th Street. That way you could see the homeless people.
To the east side?
crisis. Yeah, I took him to the east side, west side, walked uptown. That way you can see the crisis.
Yeah.
Because, you know, when you look at some of the conditions, I mean, and I try to take a lot of these commissioners of certain departments, that way they can see the hardship what's going on. That way they know, listen, do your job.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? This is what we need done because this affects the community. You know what I mean? And when you look at the money that's wasted, it could be going to other places, especially for the hoods.
But also, in terms of 125th and Lexington, what you probably understand, but what a lot of people don't realize is that they put 2
Those
drug clinics right next to each other, what they wouldn't do in other communities, and that creates a sub-drug market around it, you know. And that's one of the reasons that area is like that.
Well, if you think they got 2 there, right?
Yeah.
They got on 125th Linux.
Look, they got 3 over there on the east side, right?
Okay.
24th, right? Between the block across the street from the school, on 25th and Park. And then
And
there's
then
another
shit,
one.
we supposed to be able to go and shoot up in the spot and they give you shit to shoot up
Wait a
with.
minute, hold on a second, I'm gonna break that down now. Right? Then you got 4 right here on the west side.
Mm-hmm.
Right between 125th and 124th, you got like 4 right there.
So that shit's like the new zombie land now.
Here's the problem. Majority of the drug clinics that was converted to needle exchange programs, right? They wasn't doing what they supposed to be doing. And they was on the verge of losing their license because a lot of them had complaints about overdoses within the facility. So to save their license, the state allowed them to convert to needle exchange.
Right.
That's crazy.
It is.
Because now what happens when you have the needle exchange is it's only certain limits that you can have within a certain borough, right? So if everybody comes to the 2 that's in, or the 3 that's in one borough, what you think is taking place?
It becomes like Amsterdam and flipping the wire, you know?
And then you got,
Season.
yeah, but it opens up the doors for guys to fight over the, you know,
Yeah.
the clientele.
Yeah, because they all right there. You got them all in one spot. Yeah, that's
You know.
crazy.
What would make me mad is you have these people that just move into the communities, the gentrifiers, and the first thing they scream is, "Oh, you're oversaturated," and I be like, "That's not the issue." You know what I mean? If crime is elevated since these clinics been there, and you got a school there, right? Then you want to argue the fact that it's a public safety issue, because if you notice, you never have a liquor store next to a school.
Yeah.
So why should you have a drug
When
clinic
they
close
get
to
to
the
the
school?
school. That, yo, I really had to think about that. Is that like this?
You know what I'm saying?
It'd be like down the block, but not like right across the street, yeah.
But,
And this is why this is why it's important, you know.
Yeah. A methadone clinic right next to the school is great.
Yeah,
But, yeah, and then the rehab, industry in America is a big, big problem in general. The relapse rates are insane. And in other countries, what
It
happens?
comes back down to the dollar.
It comes back down to the dollar, and then the way you really give someone, if you're addicted to a substance, the way you help that person out is what? You give them something bigger to live for, you give them a purpose, you make them feel good, and want them to be a productive member of society, right?
What they're doing, they enable them in a sense.
Exactly, but this is the way they do it in Portugal, and they have 50% relapse rates, is they don't just allow you to go in, do your 30 days, and then you're out. You go in, you get a part-time job, and once you're full-time, then they transition you out into society. You have a skill, a job, and you feel good about yourself. You don't want to fuck up again. But here, it's just a revolving door, you know?
Yeah.
It's a big, big issue.
it's like the prison system. So
Exactly.
nobody gets the treatment that they need.
Yeah.
You know, like when we look at, you go through 125th Street at night, right? Go through the hood at night. You see people sleeping on the stoops, cardboard boxes, right?
Should just walk under like with a
Scaffolds and everything.
not the scaffold.
The
What that shit
train is on
called?
Park Avenue.
Yeah, that like
Yeah.
That's zombie land.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
zombie land.
But the first thing they tell you is, you know, go to a shelter. But the shelter system is
It's
failed.
crazy. Yeah,
Oh, that
it's
shit
fucked
like
up.
being in the gym.
You get what I'm saying? Like, I remember speaking with both the state and the city comptroller about it, right? They did an audit, they found out city's wasting a lot of money. The money that they waste, right? When I tell you billions, and there's no oversight, none whatsoever. You know what I mean? City has what you call, the orientation shelters, like where they process you before you go to one of the shelter providers. And there's no oversight. Shelter providers is only pointing out that, yo, we got this many people that we service. They're not saying that these people is a revolving door. You know what I mean? And they don't want to fix it. Because everybody gets paid.
Ain't no money in the cure. Money is in the comeback. So keep these things coming back.
No, it's not that. And I need you to follow me with this here. You have a majority of these shelter providers, right, that have gotten to the affordable housing game, right? Now, within affordable housing game, we know that affordable housing is not affordable. at all,
I always say for affordable for all.
right? They're not transitioning these people from the shelters to some of these
Nah,
apartments.
you just giving them that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, anytime, like I remember speaking, we had a meeting with DHS over the summer, right? And I bring these issues up. I said, well, listen, there's been a problem with, one, which y'all paying for vouchers, right? Two, you have people that's inside these shelters for years. Like a few people brought to my attention, I've been in the shelter for 3-4 years, and I haven't been able to get an apartment yet. And I said, how the hell you in a shelter
For 3 years.
for 3 years?
Because there's a lot of spinning niggas back and forth, you know what I'm saying? Go there, go there, go there.
And they send them, like, all they do is send them to another shelter, right? And I'm saying, well, isn't the housing assistance supposed to get y'all apartments?
Then they get a voucher and nobody will accept the vouchers. That's a whole other issue.
Because they're not paying. And when I brought this up to them, they said, no, we pay. I said, okay. 3 months later, finds out they don't pay. In the news, they don't pay. So you said y'all pay, but now, you know what I'm saying, you got this, you know, this news that come out, y'all are not paying for these shelters. And you tell me that, the meeting was crazy. The longest people stayed in shelters, 6 months to a year. I said, that's impossible.
That's bullshit.
Impossible. You got people staying years.
I know of a situation myself personally, my man, the nigga was in the shelter for like 3 years before he actually got him a place.
Yeah.
Somewhere downtown, it was fucked up, he said.
But you know how much money shelter providers get contracted? $2.2 billion.
A lot of niggas is greasing their own palm.
What?
Yeah, a lot of greed.
And there's no oversight.
So it's like open season.
And a lot of these people are people that work for the city, you know, that are,
Niggas is eating.
no, a lot of the people that are in the shelters are people that have full-time jobs for the city.
Yeah.
They just can't, they don't have the wages to afford a place to live. Like, we're not even taking care of our own. And that's pathetic. If there's that much money, and there's 6,500, I think, just on the Upper West Side, or maybe in Manhattan overall, don't quote me, I'll get the number, 6,500 vacant project units. They just can't afford to do the work to get those apartments fixed.
And
That's pathetic.
look, and that's the thing I said, well, you got, and I had conversations with both DSS and HP, because
Tell people what those stand for.
well, housing preservation department, what they do is, let's say you got a slumlord, right?
Mm-hmm.
They confiscate the building, right? So they hold these buildings in escrow. And then, I remember on the de Blasio, they sold like 174 of these buildings to developers under market value. These same buildings that they taken, right? They can utilize to house the people, you know what I'm saying, that's in shelters.
Yeah.
They're not doing it.
Exactly.
They're not doing it.
Yeah.
So when you find out, y'all got this many apartment buildings, right? And you got this many people in the shelters. How come y'all not taking that money? You know what I mean? Bringing the buildings up to compliance, and then transition these people into permanent housing.
Yeah. That sounds like a
And
great
there's
solution.
so many vacant apartments in New York.
Yeah.
And that they can't quote unquote give subsidies to. But they'll give subsidies to build the Hudson Yards, which is a luxury development. And they'll give subsidies to build the Oculus, which is a fucking luxury train station. The money's there. We just have to demand these
That
things.
shit don't even feel luxury as a train station.
I mean, but it's a bunch of bullshit to build
Yeah.
billions on that,
Yeah.
and you can't even take care of the people that make the
Especially
city.
sleeping on the side, we just talked about
Crazy.
this.
You spend billions to build the train station, or the
But that-
line of the train station to do all
Look,
that.
that was the offset. They
Yeah.
said, "Yo, listen, we'll build the trains, we'll extend the Hudson line, right? But we want that area." And they gave it to them.
You still got homeless people sleeping on it. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy. And then you had some of these elected officials, right?
Let's get to that, right? Because this is what I want to say. This is some shit that I asked the other day, right?
Mhm.
In my one of my red and white posts that I made. So right now you got people that's like black and Hispanic that have been elected into certain positions within Harlem that are from Harlem. And do you feel like we're seeing any results with these niggas?
Not at all.
So now it's time to start asking the question, what the fuck, like, what's going on, dude? Let's put these niggas' feet to the fire somehow.
Here's the thing, we're putting the feet to the fire, right?
And I don't mind doing it because I did it before. They gave me a lot of flack for doing it, you know. I don't mind saying the nigga name and all that. Bitch.
Look, I've done it. I've literally made a career doing shit throughout the city. We're putting them on the feet to the fire. The problem is this here. When you start talking about it, people say, yeah. But they will literally go back and vote the same way, just like we have spoke before. Or they won't vote. You know what I mean? Because they don't feel, things have changed. It's time to organize.
Because we ain't holding these niggas accountable.
Right.
Come together. So therefore, these niggas, they come and make themselves available when it's time to start shaking hands and kissing baby in the eye to get the votes.
Or
And once these niggas get in position, we don't hear nothing from them.
or they'll see like the new candidate that's like popular and be like, alright, I'm a piece of shit. My name ain't shit, but I'll attach my name to him.
Yeah.
And it's okay to play to, sort of like what you said they did with Kamala. They play to, so they had like, bitch, Megan Thee Stallion. They had all these hoes with their shaking hands to try to get, the black vote or the hood vote. And shit didn't work, but it's the same thing here in Harlem. So they'll play to, okay, this nigga's a brother, he's one of us. All we got is us. They do all that shit.
Man,
And when niggas get in position, nothing happens.
let me tell you something.
No
What?
results.
One of my biggest problems that I've had over the years, being from Harlem, I gotta go outside of Harlem, to elected officials outside of Harlem, to get things done.
That shit done in Harlem.
This way, people from Harlem can benefit from it. You know what I'm saying? But trying to get people together, like the hardest part, and you see it when you go to some of these meetings, it's always an I, me, I do this. There's no we. You know what I'm saying? There's no we.
Yeah.
So if there's no unity, they know that I can play this one against that one.
And if there's no notoriety, there's no cameras, nobody seems like they give a fuck. So people would be like reluctant to show up and fuck with it.
No, listen to it. Let me explain something.
So I'm talking about these big wig niggas that's in positions.
This was
that
it.
show up.
It's cliquish, right? And here's the reason why I say this here, right? I've had press conferences in regards to certain, issues. And I would, before I set the press conference up, I would say, this is the issue, how you feel about this issue? Well, I feel strong about this and that. All right, bet. So you want to come to the press conference and speak? Yeah. And then when it's time to do the press conference, nobody wants to come. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
But they'll go to somebody else's press conference, they ain't really talking about the issues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you got people, and I like that, because it shows me exactly where you at.
You see what niggas stand.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It shows me where you at.
Yeah.
You can't tell me that you care about the community, the future of these kids, right? If you're willing to sit back and jump on the bandwagon for photo ops.
Exactly. And that's what you're saying right now is really the biggest issue, I think, in our community, because we put our faith in and accountability into a politician when that person should say, all right, I'm gonna organize with these 5 groups so that we have 300 or 400 people behind this issue. We demand it and say, if you don't do this, you don't have our votes, and we're gonna make noise. Then that person has the power.
Yeah.
The people need to realize themselves have a lot more power than these politicians.
Yeah.
Because a politician, this is what a day in the life of a politician is. I have to go to this event and this event and this event. I have to know
It's
all
not
of
showing
these
face.
issues. I'm not a pro at any one thing. I'm spread super thin. So they can't really get too much done. But if they're demanded by certain things, by certain people who, let's just say, I just focus on housing. Housing's all I give a shit about. That group can be very powerful. And that's the way we need to start looking at shit, man.
You remember that press conference where certain elected officials
Yes,
did?
yes,
And the motherfucker had me so heated,
yeah.
I ain't even want to talk to him no more.
But that's what it is, though. They're spread thin on all these issues, you know. And I don't blame any one of them. I still think it's our fault, you know, in the community, a lot of it.
Let me tell you why I blame some,
Okay.
right? Some of them was once on the same field as us,
100%.
right? And they knew the issues and the problems. So when they got in a loop, right? issues that they was first starting to fight for no longer exist because I'm in there.
But that's politics, though. Eventually, they're always going to want to stay in office. That's the problem with politics.
But how do you
know
stay in
that.
office?
Yeah, but sometimes.
Oh,
Yeah.
let's be real. How do you stay in office? We spoke about this on the last episode.
You appease your voters.
Your voters is key.
Exactly.
If your voters see that you fight for them, they will fight for you.
100%. But they're clearly not enough
That's the
voters.
key.
You know, because these people are still in office.
Yeah, but that's the key.
No, 100%.
If the people see that you fighting for them, right? You gonna be in office forever.
Yeah.
But like, for example, I'm not going to name this politician, but there's someone who literally is on the side. They represent an area that Columbia's expansion is going to displace all of these people. Yet they're on the side of the university that's going to do the displacement. And there aren't enough people to get behind
Oh.
them, you know?
You
You obviously know who I'm talking
want me
about.
to talk about it?
Yeah.
County of New York, of Manhattan,
West Harlem.
Keith,
No.
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean is Mark Scott.
Really, SBI's.
Look,
This episode's getting super political.
look, Mark. Look,
I'll
Mark.
bring it back to the hood in a minute.
Yeah.
Look, Mark. SBI. Sean used to work for Mark.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You gotta remember something. When Mark was in office, right? What did West Harlem get?
The Manhattanville expansion.
They got a whole different complexion, and prices went up.
Speaking of a whole different
Prices went up.
Let's talk about Schaumburg, which is no longer Schaumburg anymore. I think that's just called the Heritage. Nigga, that shit just turned gray and white. But it used to be like Project Brown. She used to match Forest and Town. You ever look at Schaumburg now?
Yeah,
That shit can turn.
They changed the name of it.
I think it's the Heritage.
this is a heritage. But again, this plays a part in what we speaking about. Majority of these elected officials, right? They no longer cared about the people. You know what I'm saying? And when you don't care about the people, because you got to keep in mind this, right? One time you had Brian Benjamin, right? Developer, part of the community board, chair of the community board, went to the Senate.
Lieutenant Governor was the.
Lieutenant,
Say
yeah.
that? Okay.
Look, he went from Senate to
Yeah,
Lieutenant
yeah.
Governor. Remember what he started calling Harlem? Lower Harlem?
So hot.
So hot.
That was crazy.
Stupid as fuck.
Look, so hot.
Crazy.
I said, yo, what the hell is
Fuck
so hot?
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
What are you talking about, bro?
And these are the people why things like this take place.
Like how they did the Bronx. They was trying to call the Third Ave or the Bronx. They was calling it the Piano District, shit like that. They was
No,
trying to-
it's called Port Morris.
When you look at that shit at nighttime, the
Come
Bronx
on.
River Bridge, nigga, that shit look like 40 seconds or something.
Yeah.
The skyline,
Yeah.
it's all lit up and
Yeah.
shit, man.
And believe it or not, they already had that in play back in 2011. They was already planning.
And slowly pushing up through the Bronx. Now,
Look.
shit.
And they pushing everybody further and further up, right? And if you notice, even in the Bronx is one of the poorest congressional districts,
Nah, it is.
right? The reality is, when you look at some of the apartments now that's going up, they pushing majority of them up towards Yonkers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And from Yonkers, they pushing further up, you know, Poughkeepsie and all the rest of it. Like, we don't want you here. We changing the whole dynamics.
See, before they tried this shit where they send niggas out to the Poconos to get a house, sheep or whatever they're supposed to get, the niggas thought they came up.
Yeah.
But all that was just a plot to get a nigga out, man.
But
They come out.
that's the mentality. You know what I'm saying? I take a few pictures. I'm sitting around with the politicians. How they came up, right? You done came up at who expense?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because you ain't going back into the community
I reinvested into the community.
at all. You know what I'm
You
saying?
done leveled up, but then left everybody.
And that's the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's been our problem. You know what I mean? I recently did something with Malcolm X, right? And I broke down because in my class, for some reason or another, like, they fixate on the fact Trump with being a convicted felon and convicts shouldn't be running for office. I said, well, you had some of the most greatest leaders. You know what I'm saying?
Came from jail.
That came from jail. Like, y'all are fixated on something and y'all
Shit,
gonna
I
push
was a fucking pimp at one time, bro.
Look,
Like,
so
what's up to
look,
this shit?
sold drugs and everything. But you gotta remember something. His early life, his father was a reverend. That was a part of Marcus Garvey's revolution. So he always had that revolution in him. You know what I'm saying? Smart, everything. But when his father died, the hardship with his mom's going through what she went through, you know, the disappointment for the school system, he wound up turning to the streets.
Yeah.
He found his way, later on. But he was able to take both sides of what he knew, right, and become a monster.
Speaking of that, so what do you guys think are some ways, other than just Harlem Talks for Real, that we can get some of our young people, just people actually in general in the community, more involved in these issues?
Well, we gotta start doing showcases. I think that's important. If we start doing showcases and bring the community out, that's what starts the grassroots.
Elaborate more on what that would look like.
You know how back in the days you used to have all these forums,
Okay, yeah.
right?
Like town hall type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have more forums. We bring people up.
Yeah.
Right? Bring the youth out. This way people get to see what's going on.
And that's something that I've been working on for the last couple of weeks now. I've been putting together these meetings and shit like that with people
Nice.
to bring awareness to what's going on with the youth.
Yeah.
Try to bring the youth together, give them a place where they can speak, see what it is that they want to do. Rather than us adults and politicians speaking so much, kind of give them the floor
Exactly.
and try to provide something to them, have something to offer to them that's tangible that they can grab onto.
You know what's crazy?
It's time to listen.
That's what's needed. Because
And I've been trying to put that shit together, but it seemed like because there's no cameras involved, I'm not popular.
well, I
It's
tell you
just
what.
like pulling teeth, you know what I'm saying?
we doing something on the 30th, right? And I want everybody to come, right?
Absolutely.
Literally, when you start doing the work, you know what I'm saying? People start seeing it, people identify it. And sometimes, not all the time, you'll get some that'll stray away, but then you'll get some that'll be like, oh, they serious.
But it's surprising to see who actually staying there with you as opposed to who you thought would be there with you.
Yeah.
So I'm seeing that shit happen now as I'm doing this.
Look, I've been there. I'm telling you, it's hard.
There's times a nigga want to give up, like, man, fuck these niggas, bitch.
Oh, I've been there.
Yeah.
Fuck.
This was it. I remember when I first started off, right? I'll never forget. Me and Al Sharpton talking. And I'm like, yo, how come we ain't doing this and that? You know, he like, yo, you got a lot of fire. He said, let's see if you still got that fire in 5 years.
You know, we talking about before.
You know what I mean? And I was like, what? Like, nigga, I've always had this passion, this and that. It took me about 10, 11 years for me to be like, what the fuck is the point? You know what I mean? But the reality is this here. I still got the means to make a lot of things happen. And like I tell people, whether you want to be there or not, I'm gonna try and make it happen regardless. Y'all just gonna benefit from what the fuck I do even if you don't support it. You know what I'm saying? That's my attitude.
Yeah.
Because it's needed.
But you know, the nigga Fat Man School, God bless his soul, right? The nigga told me one night, he was over at City College a few months ago. Well, he been telling me this shit a long time ago that if you throw a party, right, and it stay like 8 o'clock, nobody gonna be there. A couple people might straggle in and out or whatever. So you don't really charge a nigga nothing. But as the night go on, bitches around, shit's popping. Now you can charge a nigga $40, $50.
Yeah.
Everybody thirsty to come in because shit is
Females,
jumping,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was just something that, you know, was an aspect that gave me to look at as far as what it is that I'm trying to do. Because plenty of times I was ready to give up and I called a nigga like, yo, fuck this bullshit.
You know,
Niggas ain't seeing the real.
no, you know who had that platform? Kamala Harris. People tired of going for the okie doke. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's sad to say this, right? But I've been around some of these elected officials, district leaders, county leaders. The way they think about the black community is so fucked up. Have food there, they'll come.
You see what I had to do the other day, right? A couple weeks ago, I had to say, it was a joke. I said, I'm gonna be passing out weed, hot wings, and free liquor and cigarettes. Y'all niggas pull up. But niggas respond to that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? Clearly, I wasn't passing all that shit
Just
out.
like you gotta get to like the low, you gotta get to the low.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
You gotta kind of dumb yourself down.
Get to their lower nature to get them to come out. It's
Right.
like, damn, this is a
You got free loose Newport,
Like-
pull up.
if you gotta do that, sometimes it gets you to the point where you be like, this here, man, what's the point?
I also think, though, on a positive note, like where we are in New York, in terms of black electeds, like with a little bit of organizing, we can actually accomplish a shitload. Like,
Yeah.
we're in a good position right
And
now.
nobody gives a fuck.
And that's-
Everybody is selfish. It's a selfish
Yeah,
place.
like there's a beautiful light at the end of the tunnel if just a few groups came together and made
No,
some
that's a
moves.
fact.
Like it's really right there. That's what even it's more frustrating.
In our community, was a problem. Rather than, and I always say this shit, rather than us trying to uplift each other somehow, it's like, look at me, nigga, look what I got, look what you can't afford.
Right.
Look what I'm wearing.
Yeah,
But nobody gives a fuck, man. Everybody's for self.
So that, and I think people will mix up the message. Like you said, it's always I.
Yeah.
It's like, I bring this to the table, I bring this
It's a
to the table.
selfish mission.
It's like, yo, fair. Like, yo, let's get to like what the community needs.
Yeah.
What's up? Like, not to say one minute, like overall, we need this, that, and the third.
And you look at any other nationality and in communities, right? They do that shit, man.
Yeah, they stick together.
Let's
Lock
go
it,
to the
yeah.
store, the corner store. I at the corner store. You might see I for like 5 years, whatever, however many years. Don't look like this nigga ever go home and wash his ass in the store day in and day out. But the nigga stack up enough money eventually to send back to Arabia or wherever the fuck he come from to get himself a camel or AK-47 or some shit like that.
You know what I
And
noticed
nigga go back
about
and
the
do that.
election? What I noticed about the election, when they looked at the races of people that vote, you just said so like
Massachusetts.
no, I'm just saying though, like
Michigan.
huh?
To my Michigan.
No, I'm just talking about overall. When they looked at the communities, and you would just see, okay, they showed how white people voted, they showed how black people voted, they showed how the Hispanic community voted. They showed where like people from alternative lifestyles voted. You didn't see the Asian community vote. You didn't see the Jewish community vote. You didn't see the people of different of races.
But you know why? You know why they don't show that? They don't do that? Because think about it. Just because you're Jewish, what's your nationality?
You really don't have one.
Huh?
You might wait. You might consider
You're city white.
yeah.
They only play those cards, right? When it's to their advantage.
Well, the benefits are there.
You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, they group everybody up in one, and you be like this here. Oh, it's only beneficial for certain things, huh?
It was worth it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we gotta get out. If we all came together, right? And I'm talking about people that's literally about the issues. I ain't talking about the me, mine, and I type of people.
Cloud chasers
Right.
and stuff like that.
We would get so much
So
calm.
much shit done, yeah.
So much.
But let me just get back to the original point that I was making, right? Which is that I was saying that we will never stick together as a people, right? Whereas, and I was saying, Chinese restaurants, all these shits pull up in the hood, and because the niggas speak a little slang, oh, that's my nigga right there, that's that's a chink or whatever.
That's the homie, yeah.
Now, here's the thing. Let's all get together and open up some soul food shit down in Chinatown and see what happens. You think niggas will show up? I'm talking about, you think the Chinese, even the Mexicans do this shit. Them niggas come around, they sell fruit, batteries, they fix it, whatever they do, right? And they circulate with it like Friday night to night. These niggas are probably having a bunch of Coronas, they drinking, they bullshit, whatever they doing, right? But they don't associate outside. When you go to Op in the store, Op, his woman got on a veil. You don't even know what the fuck this bitch look like. But Op is trying to fuck everything in the projects.
But let me say this here, right?
Yeah.
And this, when you look at the stores, right? They get grants, right? That we can't, right? And here's the thing with that, right? When you look at majority of the stores, just look at the buildings that they in. Majority of the buildings they in, or buildings where maybe city may have some say in it. It's low income, right? We as a community, we don't invest in those type of things.
Because we don't give a fuck about that.
No, it's not that we don't give a fuck, right? A lot of us, we not willing to learn how to actually do the process. And that's what hurts us. You know what I'm saying?
Because we more concerned about outdoing a nigga than to try to.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you got some of these black owned banks, right? That if we took our money out of the mainstream banks, right, and put in some of these black owned banks, we would literally create a situation where the legislator has to change how they do the banking laws.
But then the divide and conquer effect gonna get kicked in. You know, that always gotta happen.
Right, but once you start a movement, right, it can be done, right? The problem is, when will it be started? You know what I'm saying? Like in Chicago, they already started moving. We got people in Chicago that's tired of what's going on, and they up and running. And that's what it's gonna take, and it's sad to say, it took the situation when you had migrants coming in, and the funds that would usually go to their communities got cut.
Yeah. This is what, cards and shit? Prepaid cards?
Yeah,
Rent money?
Yo,
Niggas looking good.
when you look at the money they was giving them the money out of what they were supposed to give FEMA.
So I think we need to get behind, and then we'll get to some other issues, but I think we need to get behind, at least a new housing plan for Harlem residents. I think we're owed that, especially due to the fact that to build Hudson Yards, they got some of that EB5 investment.
Oh, you looked at that.
Yeah, from claiming some unemployment and statistics from Harlem. That is so fucked up, and we should be able to use that to subsidize some workforce housing and and turn some of these renters into homeowners. Like it's there, and we got Yusef Salam, Senator Clear. We got our people in the positions if we demand that.
Yeah.
And
That's
I'm
what I was talking about a little earlier.
we
got
need to
people that's
really-
in Harlem, from Harlem,
Yeah.
in position.
and they actually give a fuck. So I don't know. I think it's time.
That remains
Yo,
to be seen. Then.
You know what,
We'll see.
I like that you looked up the EB5.
Yeah.
Because when I spoke about the EB5 back when I ran for city council in 2021,
Yeah.
all of us was on the circuit.
Yeah.
And when I was speaking about it, they was like, huh?
What the fuck is this nigga talking about?
What?
So it's for people that don't know what EB5 is that might be watching, EB5 is when, let's say you're from an international investor and you want to become a citizen in America, you can invest XYZ dollars into like a development, and then they'll pretty much give you your visa so you can become a citizen here. And that's what
Don't forget the grant again.
and that's what a lot of developers do to finance some of these developments, and that's how they built the Hudson Yards. So that's and that process is coming back. Yeah.
And the crazy thing about it is when you had a certain senator woman in office,
Mhm.
they rezoned to include downtown
Yeah.
so that they could cover up that EB5 money.
That's great.
Because every place throughout the country, it's like literally criminal investigations going on.
So we got that, and we got Columbia's expansion. Harlem deserves a new deal. Harlem residents, primarily of color, have been getting pushed around for far too long.
Yeah.
It's time for them to get their fair share. You know.
Okay, so look, check this out, right? We
Yeah.
tapped into our political shit like we normally do. Now it's time to ride over to the hood for it.
Let's ride
The
over.
nigga Hawk, everybody know Hawk in Harlem. The nigga was killed. God rest his soul. The police said that some van was running from police
Yeah.
and hit the nigga. I don't believe that shit because
No, that was on the news. I just ain't know it was him.
Yeah, that's all. But where the fuck is the van? Where is it? Who's being held accountable for?
They got away. Like literally,
Listen, let me tell you something about why I don't believe this shit. Huh? On that same exact place, and I put the report up the other day, right? About a year or two ago, a nigga had an accident coming off the McCombs Dam Bridge right there on 155th and St. Nick. We know that shit is cambered up because there's a lot of new buildings and everything over there. Everything over there is brand new pretty much. Same area where we did that plumbing shit at.
yeah.
So they had an accident there. It was in the morning. One nigga was an off-duty cop, and another person was just driving or whatever, right? So they had an accident. Whoever the off-duty cop was, the person that whoever they collided with, shot at. He didn't hit him. They was able to track that shit all the way down to Brooklyn and arrest the person that did it that same day. So you telling me Hawk got killed in the gas station and nobody was arrested? This fucking van remains a mystery?
He
Or
got,
is this the
he
dirty
got killed
30?
in the gas station.
By the gas station, that's what I saw. That's what I heard. By the gas station, 155th and St. Nicholas.
Yeah, it was on the news that
It started on Broadway.
they
but
was,
the
ch-
van
they was
loose
chasing,
police.
they was chasing,
Some
and
sort of van, yeah.
and what they did, he said they ain't say he was on his bike. They just said it was a hit and run.
He was on a bike.
Yeah, they said it was a hit
Hawk
and
is
run.
always on the bike.
Yeah.
Everybody in Harlem know Hawk is always on the bike.
No, but I'm saying the news report was that it was a
Tell you
hit
what they
and
want
run.
to tell you, bro.
Huh?
News tell you what they want to tell you.
Oh, I know
To fit the narrative. Now keep in mind, right? You're dealing with the 30th precinct, aka the Dirty 30. Did the fuzz cover this shit up?
You think police? That's
Listen,
a
man.
long reach, man.
They played on the nigga intelligence with this shit.
That's a
man.
long
What is
reach,
this
man.
mystery van at or this person? What is it? It's been like about a week or two now. I ain't hearing nothing
I
about
don't
it.
know, these cameras are pretty sophisticated, that could be plausible.
I mean,
You're talking about the Dirty 30.
listen, what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be one to jump out there speculations.
I ain't.
Hey, listen,
That's why this dynamic of the show is great.
very great.
Yeah.
Fuck these
What-
niggas, man. They
it-
killed a good nigga and they
It,
sweeping it under the table. That's what the hood feel like. Cause
Well,
we ain't seeing nothing.
look, this is what people have to do, right? You would have to gain access to all external cameras, right? Because what a lot of people don't know is this shit, right? NYPD got a 4-story complex downtown, about 2,500 cameras, televisions. They watch the cameras throughout the city.
So
Every
that right
camera-
there
hold on a
said you
second.
couldn't
Hold
figure
on a
out what
second.
this mystery van is?
Hold on for a second. I'm gonna break it down to you. The problem with those cameras is they're there for terrorism. They tap into the loops of the cameras on the external buildings for terrorist activities. You would have to put the pressure, and his family would have to put the pressure, right, on the police. That way they can get the footage. A lot of people don't know that. That's how you get the footage.
So if that doesn't happen, fuck it, it is what it is.
Usually that's how it goes.
That's not good.
I just gave you the actual.
But that don't make it okay though.
Well, hold on a second. I just gave you what the steps need to be done, right? If you cool with the family and they serious about the injustice, they can demand that.
Well, we got the conversation going. I put the conversation out there because I want to bring people aware of what's
But they can demand that.
available to them.
I wouldn't jump out there and say police did it, this and that, because what ends up taking place is when we start doing that, we don't have the actual context of it.
Well, I'm
Right.
asking, did the fuzz do this shit? Because not too long ago, a nigga threw some type of cool at a nigga in the Bronx, riding bike. You know, these niggas play, and killed him. You know, the officer supposed to be getting charged. He's supposed to be like some white shirt or something like that, a captain or lieutenant or
No,
sergeant or something.
it was a regular officer.
Well, in any
One of
case,
those anti-crimes.
but these niggas have been known throughout their history to be chasing these niggas on bikes or whatever.
I'm not,
This is
listen,
Mr. Van.
I'm not disputing that. What I'm saying is this here, right? I don't wanna be put in a position, right, where we start supporting theories that can't be proved. Because what that does, when you look at organizations like Black Lives Matter, they utilize certain talking points, right? And when it's time to do some type of work to remedy it, they not wanna do it. You know what I'm saying? Al Sharpton, they not wanna do that because a lot of them get paid.
What do you got to
Please
protect the investment in your relationships?
No, it's not about protecting investments. Let's say this here, right? Let's say you got police reform, where police start to be held accountable, right? What do you think the chances are of them actually doing the things they used to do when they know they can be physically charged?
Shit would change.
Shit would change. How would people like Al Sharpton, the Black Lives Matter, have a platform if they can't have, lawyers accessible to sue?
Yeah, you taking away the livelihood.
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And I don't wanna, jump out there with the hypotheticals without actually getting a solution first to see if it supports whatever the narrative that's being put out there.
Well, there's no, I don't know if there's another narrative other than he got hit by a van and that just was like, it happened a couple
I just
weeks
get
ago.
that, like- You was like, yo, police,
saying-
dirty 30 and all that. I'm like,
Yeah, because we're not hearing nothing. But in that same particular area 2 years ago, something happened right there, and he was able to track a nigga down all the way down in Brooklyn.
but that's because you got people that understand what that system is like. And that's why I said, if you got his family, you cool with his family, they can demand those
We
cameras.
all in the hood. This is why we're doing what we're doing right now.
No, but I'm
This is why
saying-
this show is so important because we want to bring awareness to those type of
Yes,
things.
they can demand that the police look at those cameras.
And look, real quick, salute, nigga Hall. car rest his soul. 15th and Linux, 2 G's. I see y'all niggas out there.
You understand what I'm saying? They can demand that. But if they don't know it, then it becomes one of those closed cases. They have to understand they got access to these cameras. And you can literally have the detective, you know what I'm saying, look into those cameras. That way they can see exactly
So
where.
hopefully somebody's watching this.
You know what I'm
and take heed to that. You know?
Like you had the shooting on 57th Street. Remember, maybe about 10 years ago. Guy killed the guy on 57th Street and 5th Ave, 6th Avenue. They was able to follow the car from Manhattan all the way to Queens.
Same shit from up here.
What
to
is
Brooklyn,
what's
same thing.
it? What is it like last year, a couple years ago, where the girl got killed? That was it. The McDonald's of Brooklyn. No, McDonald's of Brooklyn.
Oh, that was on the east side.
He
That
said
was
they
the
followed where he went,
Yeah.
and they caught him at the next.
It's the same
Yeah, the
thing.
camera
So this
system is
is
so sophisticated, that's why.
And then, you know, if you're chasing the van, I'm sure you take down the license plate.
Yeah.
So where's this mystery van?
Well,
Like,
look, think about it. You can take out license plate. What plates is false?
Well, I got the thing.
Even-
You know what I'm saying?
Well, they have a place where they got the
Yeah,
reflective thing, and you take a picture.
you're
Yeah.
not
that's
getting,
cool,
you're not getting the real.
what I'm saying is, from camera to camera to camera, if you've done some shit, they can follow these cameras to get whatever it is that they want to get.
But that-
Even if it takes a week or two. or
But
whatever.
that's where it comes in with the family to understand what they can demand.
Well, just
with
put
regards
pressure,
to-
like, what's the progress
Yeah.
of the case?
But,
What's
the,
going
but
on?
if the family go in there and say something without some type of strong backing or something like that, because it seems like if there's no money involved, niggas like Al
No,
Sharp.
they just have to, they just have to know what to ask for.
That's all they
What's the
that's all
progress
they
of the
think.
These niggas can still spend you. Okay, yeah, we did it. We looked and there ain't nothing. You know what I'm saying?
You bring up too many different scenarios. First, you gotta
It's the
find.
same shit, man.
First, you gotta find the family done this, because one thing I can tell you, if you go in there and know what you're talking about, and they know you know what you're talking about, chances of bullshitting slim to none, because if they know that you know that much, it's a likelihood that you know more than what it is, and they can motherfucking damage what it is they claim. That's
But a
what,
conversation like this in front of the people is so important to me because it brings awareness to them.
yeah, I mean,
Because the
listen,
nigga might have been naive to it.
listen, I'm good at bringing awareness, but what I'm not good at is literally, you know, putting a scenario out there that's not.
Well, I'll take the risk. I'll jump out there
You know
and
what I
get straight up.
That's
It's all
the thing.
good. That's
You know
what's
what I
good about this type of show.
Because you always want your credibility intact.
Well, what I'm speaking from is on behalf of these niggas that don't know. So if
Yeah.
somebody like you got knowledge of it, we do it for the people, no?
Yeah.
And
That's how you do that. But I'm telling you, if the family doesn't request the cameras, you know what I'm saying? 9 out of 10 should go.
but they probably don't know.
This is
So
what.
now
but-
with this, they know.
Man, if you in touch with family, this is what you have to do, because you know
Well, we all are. We from all.
Yeah.
It's a small world.
Right.
Foster projects.
it. I remember I had a situation, right, where a kid was killed in the Bronx, up there in like Boston Road area. You know, the guy stole a delivery man's car. They was running around, you know, all these crimes and everything. They shot the kid. They wound up finding the car and giving the car back to the delivery guy,
Oh shit!
even though the car was used in you know what I'm saying?
In a crime,
In a
that's
killing.
crazy. Oh,
You know what I mean?
Did the delivery guy know the people that did it?
They never, you would never know,
No, you won't.
Oh, that's crazy.
because all they did was, yo, we found your car, you reported your car stolen, they returned it.
Oh, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
Insane.
Crazy. And then what they tried to do when we sat down with them and the family, the broad literally tried to tell the mother, well, what was your kid doing outside at 19 years old at that late? I was like, yo, it sounds like you're trying to blame the mother.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what I'm saying?
19 ain't a little, like, you still a young person, but you ain't a little kid.
Well,
You
look.
consider grown at 18, right?
Yeah, you
You know-
shit,
you know how to
you
explain
have
to
a
him?
job at 19, work late.
You know what I had to explain to her? I said, it seems like you're trying to blame the parent for your failures and not doing what it was you supposed to do. Because I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm listening to all of what y'all done, you know what I'm saying, that doesn't really look too good.
Yeah.
Y'all know that the car was implemented in the shooting. Y'all gave the car back to the guy. He wound up selling the car. I said, that doesn't sound right. I said, so your negligence, right, has this family here, you know what I'm saying, in a state of no justice. I said, you should be very cautious with your words.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like I have the stats, your precinct has a high rate of unsolved crimes.
You said Western Road, which
It was like 47 precinct,
that's not,
right over there by Jacoby Hospital.
so that's like Pelham.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pelham.
yeah.
So, you know, the girl, you know, the shit she was talking, when she got the call from downtown, she was like, we sorry. No, don't be sorry. You have some, you know, some sensitivity about this shit.
Yeah, that's fucked up, yeah.
Yeah, that's some negligent shit.
You know what I mean?
So I feel like this episode somewhat coming to a close, but I wanted to maybe have another segment that we could do. And
Finance?
no, we'll do that. Finance needs to be its own episode, so we'll do that next
Was
week.
you like a finance major?
No,
Why was you a finance major since you always love talking about finance?
because it was really during the pandemic, and when I first started understanding investing and the power of it, and realizing that the black community needs to know more about this shit. And I realized I looked at money completely differently since the pandemic, that it's really just about discipline, planning, and not doing dumb shit. It's not about all the fancy shit. You know?
It can happen though. Like, look how niggas got hooked on FanDuel. Like, it can happen. Just take that same energy and apply it to invest.
Yo, that pandemic fucked a lot of shit up.
Yeah,
He exposed a lot of shit too.
yeah,
No, it fucked a lot of shit up. Because I remember we used to talk with a black owned bank. And the goal was to bring it to the black community, you know what I'm saying? This way, bring economic empowerment.
yeah.
But that pandemic hit, and the talks just went left. You know what I mean?
Well, everybody was in self-preservation mode
I
there.
do think more people know about our investing now.
It wasn't that everybody was in self-preservation. It was just like it was closed off. So you didn't have a means of, you know, putting together a message and getting it out there to people.
That's true too.
You know what I mean? That's crazy. Then when we look at the pandemic, we like, you told us if we get the vaccine, we wouldn't catch it. Motherfuckers still catching fucking COVID with the vaccine.
Crazy.
The fuck?
Yeah,
And a lot of niggas couldn't go back to work
Oh.
without the vaccine.
Yeah,
Oh, you ain't see the lawsuits?
Yeah, we heard about that.
A lot of people got to get their job back and back
They
pay.
gotta get the back pay for that.
And they
It's
talking,
retroactive.
look, and they talking about they suing, certain states are suing the pharmaceutical industry because they say, yeah, y'all put out these experimental
Class
drugs.
actions.
Yeah, y'all put out these experimental drugs and it didn't do what it was supposed to be doing. And, you know, it shut down what's it?
Man, there's a lot. They was talking about, I remember one time they was trying to like, take care of the essential workers and they did shit.
Ain't do shit for them.
Bro, yo, if I could do it all over again, because I worked 2020 and I laid off 2021, I just quit my job in 2020
Yo,
and do it all over again.
I remember going to the hospital, right? And I'm talking to my doctor, said, how many cases of COVID y'all got here? And we ain't got nothing. I said, huh?
Yo,
No, we ain't got nothing.
I'd be like, hold up, we the fucking epicenter. I didn't even got no cases, bro.
I said, well, what hospital? He said, I don't know what hospital, but we ain't got none. But they got us shut down.
That's crazy.
It's a big game. I'm gonna send you something that way you can include it on the thing next time we do something on COVID.
Nah, because my job had me doing, I was working for the Hotel Australia, like, I was doing, like, their mail, like, delivering, like, their mail, insurance forms and shit, so it's a hospital, so we had to get, you come in, mask on, they do the thing, so I'm like, hold on, if the nigga behind me got COVID and cough, everybody got fucking quarantine, what the fuck, yo, I was mad the whole time, because I'm trying to get off this shit, like, let's just shut this shit down, everybody get this UE, and just come back here, like,
Yo, I remember when that shit first hit, right? Crazy shit in the world. Me and one of the news personalities was speaking. I'm like, yo, I don't believe this shit. And he was like, yo, you smart. He said, yo, go look at Event 201. I was like, huh? He said, you ain't answering me, because I don't want to lose my job, but go look at Event 201. When I looked at Event 201, right? The same shit that was going on in Event 201, these real people, they real capacity. This ain't no actors, none of that. Real people, they real capacity. The same scenario that was in Event 201, and that happened in October, like that year, 2019. Only thing that flipped in real time was that it was in China. In Event 201, it went from South America to China. It started off in China. The same exact people hogging, toilet paper and all the rest of it. Same fucking scenario. They talked about the crash and the economics and everything in that. Real people, they real time. Like, when I tell you the WHO, World Health Organization, IMF, or I ain't never know this shit, right? NBC is powerful. Powerful. I thought ABC, but that's one of the most powerful, media companies that I learned globally.
Because isn't NBC owned by General Electric?
I'm not sure, but they're the most powerful. Like the Gates Foundation, UPS, you know what I'm saying? All of them sit at this table.
Oh, so Microsoft bought them, right? Or something?
What?
I'm trying to figure out, because Comcast now owns NBC.
Yeah.
Um,
They powerful.
yeah.
Look at Event 201 when you
I
get
am,
the chance,
I am.
right? When you look at that, right, you start realizing a lot of the shit they was putting in the media is false. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember Dr. Oz was on Channel 5, right? He was on an interview and he had Surgeon General. That's the Clinton machine, right? Surgeon General told you, he said, yo, listen, 98, 99% of the people that get it, 80% are fully recovered. He said it's the 20% of the people that we gotta look out for. Those with underlying health issues, the elderly.
Yeah, exactly.
When you look at the death rate, right? Majority of people that die was 65 and older.
Or had terrible.
But the underlying health conditions was very slim. But the majority of deaths was elderly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
When you look at how the climate and everything is changing, right? You can see that you have more respiratory problems coming up than anything.
Yeah.
Like-
breathing, all that crazy shit.
2018, I had an asthma attack, right? I'm a bronchial asthmatic. I ain't have an asthma attack since 1983.
Shit.
It took until 2018 for me to have my first attack, and that shit is crazy.
But what the fuck is they put? Because I see like these chemtrails and shit like that. And keep in mind, a couple of years ago, the whole fucking hood turned orange. Anybody remember that?
Yeah.
Everywhere turned orange. They said it was Canada fire.
Canada Fire.
Shit,
Let me tell you something.
That's
What the
what
fuck was
it's like.
niggas breathing in?
Let me tell you something. They put so much shit in the air, right? That again, they got us so fucked up with Instagram and all the rest of shit. We ain't really looking at shit.
That shit kind of happened and it didn't happen.
Yeah.
It just wow.
Like when you look at Robert F. Kennedy, you see how they paint him out on the news, conspiracy theorists and all the rest of shit. But then when you start looking at some of the shit that they do with the food industry, certain foods they allow here, they don't allow.
UK ketchup is
You
different.
yeah.
The regular different. I was like, nah.
Like it's
Yo, they keep it different.
They tell them, you want
the
to
ketchup, the ketchup in UK look this color.
Totally different.
Our ketchup is this color. I'm like, nah.
Something different.
Like you can't put those chemicals
In the food. Like,
in
certain
the food
I'm
on
gonna
lot
give
of
you another situation, right? We
Yeah.
used to go to some shit downtown called Cat's Deli, right?
Yeah.
The sandwich was like $15.
Pastrami and the corned beef and all that.
$15.
Yeah, it was,
That was a free cheesesteak, like
maybe
20
more now. I'm not
$20.
sure. Whatever it is, I don't really remember so
Breaks
long.
down into two
The point that I'm
sandwiches.
making is that it's along the lines of what we're talking about. So the sandwich was amazing.
Yeah.
You could taste everything was fresh. You come back in the hoodie, you order the same exact shit.
Oh,
Oh, not gonna happen.
Now here's another thing. You
Yeah.
can find like more liquor around the corner on 25th in the corner store. Whatever the cheap, St. Ives, whatever, Old Gold, Old Linen.
Ain't in those communities.
You go downtown, you couldn't find that kind of shit.
it's all in reserve.
You wonder why, right?
Shit, like
So
certain
something
countries,
like
certain countries, like just the diet, more of the diet.
Yeah.
Because in Paris, they eat cheese, they eat steaks, all types of.
But they just not eat all the chemicals.
It's not like the cat. They're not
And
one
that's
of
the
them.
that's the
Drinking
thing.
wine,
That's the
smoking bogeys.
Yeah.
Even they
All
cigarettes,
day.
like you gotta.
You probably got a healthy cigarette.
Cut for your cigarette.
Like they get us with the bamboozle and get us focused on everything else, and yet they poison the shit out of us. You know what I mean?
Well,
And then they sell it to you.
Well, even like our community, like a lot of this shit be like preventative health, where they'll tell you like, yo,
No, I don't believe that.
no, I'm talking about my aunt would be like, she just drink cayenne pepper, lemon, and that's
Yeah,
preventative medicine. Yeah, it's just the flush your thing out. But then you got a little cold, go CVS, give you some medicine. It's like all this shit's in there. It's like, yo, if you drink this,
Yeah.
it'll just flush all that out.
I remember they told me, they said, listen, you're at risk of high cholesterol. Right? I was like, oh shit. What that mean? See, yeah, your arteries might clog, you know, prevent you from getting a heart attack. I went for this shit. They gave me a statin, Lipitor. Not even 30 days come in, like, my fucking body shut down. I wound up developing type 2 diabetes. Right? I'm arguing this shit like, yo, I ain't had this fucking problem before this. Get the fuck out of here. 8 years later, you find out statins cause fucking diabetes. So they
It's
tell
like he
you,
was a guinea pig the whole time. So.
no, but they tell you this here prevent.
So, do you have?
No, that's what I meant. Not preventative, but like this stuff, like natural shit.
A lawsuit on that?
They have a lawsuit, but it's only for females. That's the problem I got.
Like they'll tell you certain things to do, like health wise, and it's like if
No,
you do it,
That's the best remedy.
yeah,
Natural,
natural is the
Best.
best. Like,
best. I would like.
like blueberries and grapes is my best fucking
What?
friend.
Best.
Like even like I feel like if you could like perform with a woman, just fruit. Like if
Some
you,
porridge.
nah, fruit. Like yo, get anything with water,
That's the
like watermelon, blueberries, grapes.
Yeah.
Almonds too. If you trying to if you trying to put in some work this weekend, yo, leave the honey packs in the honey at home.
Yeah.
Eat you some
Because
fruit.
last time I got a honey pack, a little shot of Hypnotic, and some Hennessy. And,
No, those are PEDs. The night out. No. I'm saying those are PEDs. The night out. But I'm just saying, you trying to put in some work with a female, with a woman, fruit that whole week.
Yeah, the whole week. Yeah.
Little fruit.
Listen. Fuck all the bullshit, right? You know, always gotta go for the street. What everybody on the street wanna know is, in January, the nigga Trump is coming back in. Is niggas in Harlem about to get paper again?
Nah, like stimmies? Nah.
Whatever, niggas was getting paper. I seen niggas busting out with BMWs during the pandemic and all kind of shit.
Oh, no, what's gonna happen?
Is niggas about to get bread again?
Nah, the scam is just hype because he about to deregulate everything.
Yo,
So,
the,
like,
the stock market, I
So
think,
niggas
is
about
gonna
to
be
come
up.
up again? And you know that stimulates the economy when
I
niggas
mean-
come up.
I mean-
Get himself a Benz.
Buy some Tesla, buy some private equity stocks like KKR.
Yeah.
Niggas ain't thinking like that.
Shit
You know,
like
I'm telling
that.
niggas, they
Hey, they're watching the show. Listen to me, man.
I'm just
That's
saying,
what I think about
the
it.
scammers is hype.
Look, yeah, that's what I
Is
think
the
about.
hood about to come up again?
Mm-hmm.
Now, some of the scammers are where
The
everybody
niggas in the hood, should they got something to look forward to? Niggas about to get broke off?
Look, I know
I seen a few niggas, they was giving BMWs away, it looks like at one time.
they always gonna get them with it. They ain't
Nah,
selling.
I'm talking about in the hood, I seen a lot of niggas that normally wouldn't have nothing, had something. So right now, Trump is coming back
I
in.
just know the first
Niggas
term,
getting ready to
a
come
lot of
back.
Porsches were Wyoming plates and 116. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Look, you see how Biden came in and shut that shit down, right?
Hey,
He said, yo, you got 10 years, we gonna get you for those checks.
a lot of this game. You know what's crazy though? And this is why I feel like people like, okay, those like rappers sound to themselves, yo, the pandemic has affected my way of life.
Yeah, we had 10.
All they have to do is just prove
Yeah.
what they did, social income, they got a check. Fucking Tom Brady, all the fucking money in the world he got a check.
Yeah.
If you got proof of what you did, you got a check. Like,
That's what I said. You gotta look at Event 201. Gotta look at it.
yo, dudes just say,
Nobody's thinking long term. What I'm saying right now is Trump is coming back in 2025 in January, right?
2 months.
Is niggas in the hood about to eat?
I don't understand how we would eat unless
No.
there's going to be a pandemic or something like, you know,
Well,
like that's
Trump
the
is coming
only.
back in. That's what happened before, right?
It's not at the end of his term. I'm talking about the first 3 years.
Maybe, but I don't think that's
The first 3 years, like, if you was getting money illegally,
Yeah.
because a lot of shit was being turned to the blind eye, you can eat. But like, if you try to come up legally and thinking that yo, we getting checks from the government, nah.
Ain't
Well,
lying.
I mean, it's kind of like lesson one because now niggas kind of got an idea what to do. But what I'm I'm just saying, like I said, is
I wouldn't
just
suggest.
niggas about to eat.
I'm just gonna let y'all know. I'm just gonna let y'all know. Like, okay, if you see white people doing shit, they have the complexion for the protection, but niggas, I start wilding. I start more wilder than white dudes. You don't even gonna make an example of it.
Donald Trump cares about like he's just gonna make the 1% a lot richer. I feel that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna deregulate shit.
Nah, shit. So like, if you got like,
Wall
okay,
Street is about to boom. I
if you
think.
got like some property and like shit looks shaky, or like you can like, okay, get past that because he wants you to build that shit and get that out of there.
Like I really want to see what his administration, because I'm gonna say this here, right? If his administration does anything that contradicts the narrative, right, it might literally have people looking at being transactional with their votes.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Because you gotta keep this in mind. Voting the same way that everybody's been voting is one of the reasons why he was able to have a platform.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't have a guy like him running for office if these elected officials doing it for
Good
him.
job, yeah.
Yeah.
And I also think a lot of the country felt like, yo, the inflation was fucking shit up.
Yeah.
Making like $13 a pack.
Yeah.
So look, let me ask this other question, right? We used to go a couple of years ago to the neighborhood watch meeting, whatever that was, the precinct, not the precinct, the college, it was police meetings,
Yeah,
community
that's police
community
council.
board meetings. Right. So one of the issues was 116 between Lennox to 8th.
Mhm.
Trump is coming back in. Is them niggas got something to worry about? As they say, is niggas about to get the fuck up out of here?
Yeah, anybody that here illegally is out of here. Like that's like a no-brainer.
That's gonna cause bread though, but yeah.
It's a no-brainer.
But that's what
you
that's
got
what's
so much
subject
crime.
to happen.
But listen, you got so much on the spotlight with the ones that Biden literally favored, the Venezuelans, that's committed all these crimes, right? And you have documented evidence where the country released people from prison and sent them in. So what did you expect to take place? People, right, that don't understand what's going on, that don't do their due diligence, will literally fall for all the rhetoric and regurgitate the rhetoric. That's the sad part.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the sad part. Like, we gotta be more diligent in researching shit.
Yeah.
Because if we don't,
And that's literally why Trump won though, because he didn't make people use their minds. He really powered and made people use their emotions, you know, and he's the best at that shit. He can weaponize that shit all day.
yeah.
And
Taking your jobs.
yeah, exactly.
I mean, think about it.
Yeah.
I had
It's a
a guy,
whole movie.
you know what I had a guy tell me? He said, yo, well, the Mexicans doing the jobs we ain't gonna do. I said, huh? I said, think about this shit, right? And understand this. Blacks was once considered the Mexicans in the 60s, because whites was transitioning from industrial jobs into corporate jobs. So they're taking jobs, right, that these business owners say, yo, listen, man, this is what I'm paying $15 an hour. But the job is worth $20, $30 an hour. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Do we look at the fact that, Republicans or Democrats, like we all know it's just that political infrastructure, both sides, they gotta change. And if we don't enforce it, right, we gonna still be sitting there bickering, talking about, yo, but this one here, this one that, this and that. And I'm like, when does it change?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we gotta talk strategy and a campaign on the next
I ain't gonna
episode.
lie, I was in Dunkin' Donuts getting a coffee, and the dude was asking me about like drilling and shit. I said, yo, bro, if we had oil in Harlem, we'd be crazy, bro.
Niggas would come back.
Yo, we talking, yo, if there was oil in Harlem, in New York City, we would be talking crazy to other countries. Like, you know, we would be talking, man, fuck.
Yeah,
Yeah, oil on 116, niggas is talking spot.
Like, you got anything else? I feel like this was a decent
Solid
episode.
episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And before we go, nigga. The price of pussy in Harlem is down throughout the projects.
What?
Keep that in mind.
So you're calling it a buy right now?
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a buy.
The market is
You
saturated.
trying to bring pussy stock back?
I just checked the market this morning. It's saturated. Everybody's selling pussy, man.
The pass deck.
You're not.
Okay, well, that's interesting. Well, I
The
got
whole Jones report.
the segment I wanted to do was we should shout out like one Harlem legend every episode. So anyone got a shout out today?
For me, I got Unique Mega Audio. Salute, I like what you're doing, nigga. You got a channel on YouTube, Unique Mega Audio. You're doing real solid shit, trying to empower the youth,
Okay.
trying to warn them about why they don't need to be doing certain shit in order to go to jail,
Dope.
and giving them, you know, play by play what goes on within the jail system. So, just want to salute you, nigga.
So we'll put his thing in
Yeah,
that
absolutely.
episode. President, a Harlem legend.
Let's go with that with them. Doing a lot of good shit for the community.
Absolutely.
Very
That's
influential.
We're doing some shit for them tomorrow, right?
Yeah, tomorrow 9 to 11 is the cleanup. If you can come by on 116 and
Right
5th.
on my block, I see right across the street.
What time? In the morning?
Yeah, 9 a.m.
I told you, I seen a nigga out there one day a couple weeks ago. I didn't realize what he was doing, but I haven't seen him standing across the street over
That's
there.
what got.
Yeah.
We go back.
Way better.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what we got.
I read his book too. I highly suggest reading his book. It's incredible. I guess I'll go with Dapper Dan as well. You know, I'm happy that he's bringing his store back. You know, so that's gonna be cool.
He said he was gonna put his money in the Harlem, so.
And he's always stuck by that. He's really never ever flaked on
You see-
anything he says.
You really would see this dude just, dressed like that, but then, yo, what's up?
Yeah.
In the street.
He's always been like that.
But that's dope though. Like.
Look, even when he had the store down, LES, before he moved up to 125th, he's always been like that.
Yeah.
Excessive.
Super
Yeah.
approachable.
So where you at with that, brother? What you got?
I'm trying to think, who can we bring up from Hall? Because you gotta keep in mind, I've been focused so much on school. Like, it's been crazy. This is the last 2 semesters.
So shout out to professor or some shit like
Well, I got a professor do black African study, Professor John. Good guy.
Well,
Lives uptown. 164th Street area. Good brother. He wants to do so much for the community, education wise and everything else.
That's what's up.
yo, so we about to sign out, right?
Yeah.
Salute to everything Harlem, nigga.
Good
that.
episode.
Good episode. Fucking, we're not shooting. Are we shooting this one?
I mean, I'm open to it.
I'm with it. Listen, man, my kids are grown.
Yeah.
I don't do Thanksgiving like that.
Well, happy Thanksgiving, people.
Happy Day. I was gonna say
Happy
happy Thanksgiving to the
Thanksgiving.
people.
3 holidays.
Yeah, I'm off that day. We can shoot that. Yeah, shit. Y'all want to shoot early?
Yes.
Next week, I'm gonna give y'all some 5 stocks to invest in. My favorite 5 stocks. You know.
So it's on the.
That's it.
Yeah. What's on the shoot next week?
I mean, should we get a guest next week?
I mean, unless they ain't got no family obligations, I'll be a
You
good
ended it
time
right
to do
now.
it.
You ended it, still on, still on.
Yeah, I'm ending it right